Welcome back. We have yet another guitar number 226. This is a Classic Series Fender 72 Deluxe with the big old humbuckers on there. And this guitar has not been played in a while. Get a load of these strings. I had to put a shim in because I wanted to try playing it. I had to put a shim underneath the string because it was just dragging on the first fret. And if you look at it, it's been played. You can see there's some rust on the screws, a lot of pick marks, and you can see where the guy's palm was. And so I'm planning on obviously working the frets. It's got some high frets, and getting all these scratches out. It's really not in bad condition. There's not a lot of, I think there's like 3 little dings in the back. See if I can turn it over without adding one to it. And there's some dings in the back. There's one there, and there's one there, and I think there's one more somewhere. I don't know where it is. So it's not really banged up. It's just got a lot of, scratches from picking mostly. The back of the neck is good. So yeah, that's what I got to deal with. So, oh, don't scratch it, don't dent it. So I'm looking forward to making this thing awesome again. Anyway, before we get started, thank you, that really means a lot. So let's go. All right, I did test the truss rod. Works real nice. The neck goes straight, and I loosen it, and there's a little bit of relief. It's real good. So basically, let's take it apart, because I got work to do on the neck, obviously, and I want to take all this apart so I can start thinking about buffing everything, get everything off the pick guard. Yeah, let's get into this thing and see what happens. Okay, here's the this is the neck pickup. This is the bridge pickup. You notice how it's louder? Neck, bridge. Well, I think I figured out what it was. The braided wire there is ripped. And even besides that, look at all this wire. I think I'm going to take out my, let's turn this off. I think I'm going to get rid of a bunch of this wire. It's ridiculous. Look how long it is. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm going to bust out the old soldering gun and pretend I'm a soldering whiz. Okay, I have all the wires secured and shortened. Here's our pile of stuff I've cut out of it. Well, some of these are in the pile, so still too much wire. So now I'm going to take all this off the pick guard and carefully set it aside so I can deal with the scratches. So everything's sorted with the electronics now. So I have this piece of cardboard and a couple of zip ties just to hold it and stuff in position. We don't want anything happening to this. Okay, so here is what I found. Now, that's a high fret, but you notice this high fret has a line next to it. That means it's 2/1000ths of an inch or more, that it really does need to get done. These are usually 1, and it doesn't really make much difference. A lot of times I do them anyway, if I'm, 3 there, you got 2 there, you got 2 there. There's a little bit of drama down here, but none of them are more than 2. So basically, well, I'll do one in real time so you can see how I take care of these guys. We'll do this one. It's probably only 1/1000th of an inch, but let's do it. Okay, I'm going to use 400. And even before I do it, I'll just feel it out. Well, that looks like it goes all the way. Okay. Oh, still there? Sorry about that. And we can see still rocking. Right from about here. Kind of stops right here. Yeah, this takes some feel to do this. And definitely a lot of patience. It's only in this one little spot now. Right from about here, right between here. There, done. So, I'm going to go do the rest of them. Okay, so now, got them all done. I marked the tops black. I want to see when those grooves are gone. And I already used 400, so I'm going to start with 600. All right, here we go. Here we go. Put you on the high speed. Okay, now we polish. All right, the frets are all taken care of and polished. So I'm waiting on a nut. I was trying to find an exact nut for this guitar, and I couldn't, because not only is the fretboard a 12-inch radius, but this slot is too. And there's no Fender nuts that have a 12-inch slot for the, for the radius that's sitting in the nut slot there. So, yeah, and a couple of the other things I need to do is buff up this body, and of course you saw this earlier in the video, so that's what's up next, buffing. But I'm glad this is all done. Well, some of the screws are a little bit, dirty. And so I put them in a drill, use some of the mothers, and I'll just put some on the tip of this and spin it like that on the drill. And it buffs them up real nice. Okay, the one on the top is one of the pick guard screws, and this one here is one of the screws for the tuners. They all look a little, well, they could use a little help. So I'm gonna stick them in the drill again, put a little mothers on a cloth and spin it, and no problemo. I polished the bullet and got a little grease in it, and I'm sticking her in. Well, I know I'm tired, but there's this horrible hum, and I figured it out. This ground wire coming from the switch, it was, where was it? It was right here on this lug. It was on this lug, and it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be grounded to the back. So this little wire here, I'm gonna solder that on, because that ends all the problem. It's better to figure all this out than have it all put together, then with the strings and everything, and have to take it apart. I put like 4 screws in it, tested it, and I'm like, something's wrong. So you like to at least put a couple of 4 screws in, and make sure none of the wires are hanging up underneath it, and then test it one more time before you put all the screws in. It saves a lot of hassle down the road. Okay, I got my nut, Tusk 5042, and it's a 12-inch radius in the slot, and this is flat. So this is a 12-inch radius also. So I'm just kind of working it slowly, so I can get a 12-inch radius on it. I can't really hold it enough to go like this, to go that way. And I don't want to bang up the nuts. I'm just going a little 1/4 inch bits. Yeah, it's just in the middle so far. So it's going to take a little while. But, it's worth it. This thing's looking really good. I'm really happy how this is turning out. So I'm not going to bore you with this, because this might take a little while. You can see it's just wherever I do it, it's right in the middle. Like if I start here, watch this. See how it's right in the middle? It's putting in a radius, or putting on a radius. Okay, you've seen enough. So, I will put strings on it, cut the nut tomorrow. This thing is looking pretty good. Look at this baby. Compared to what it looked like, it bounced back good. And I didn't sand the pickguard. All I did was polish it. And there's, I mean, it's black and these lights really show everything. But it came out pretty good. If you look at it in the right light, you'll see those scratches, but when you just stand back and look at it, it just looks black and glossy. And over here where the guy's hand, his hand, it was like flat. There's a little bit of stuff there if you really look for it, but it doesn't jump out at you. It's pretty clean. I played it a lot, but he took care of it. He didn't bang it around too much. Oh, you get a look at the hind quarters, you know. What's this? There's just like there's a couple little dings on it. What was that? Did you see something? Oh, there's something. Oh, it's funny how that you don't see it and then you see it. Where'd it go? Oh, I think that's a reflection. But yeah, that's because, you know, back of the neck. I think it's pretty clean. Nothing's really jumping out at me. Well, I thought there was a ding. I think there's a little one right there. See it? Yeah. Other than that, I think it's pretty good. Yeah. It's the same series as my Strat. Classic Series 70s. Except I put jumbo Jescar frets in that. Every Strat should have jumbo frets. It's stupid that they're not taller. Anyway, that's ridiculous. That's a weird Fender thing. Anyway, it's moving right along. I'm really pleased with how this Telecaster is looking. Check it out. Okay, I just put the strings on it. Nothing's set up at all. And I just have the nut sitting in here. So we'll cut this nut. Plenty of room. And I think the first thing I'll do is glue it. Glue that nut in. And then we can start setting this up. I'm pretty stoked. Alright, I'm going to mix some 5-minute epoxy and put the tiniest bit on this nut. Could probably use some wood glue, but I feel like using epoxy, just a tiny bit. And I'll put all the strings on, tighten them up, make sure it's in the right position. And then we can finish. This will almost be done. Then all I got to do is get the neck straight, cut the nut, set the intonation, saddle height, and it should be done. Maybe set the pickup height. We're getting close. We're getting really close. Okay, so the neck, I think I just want to like move the neck over a little bit so I can get a little bit more of this instead of this. Just a tiny bit. So I'll loosen the 3 screws in the back, and I'll just pull the neck and tighten it up again. Where were you? I could have used some help. It was a little awkward doing that. But now I think it's perfect. Okay, now I have the action set, sort of where it goes. And don't forget the nut is high, so the nut, you can see how the nut affects the action. So that's the next thing to do. I'm going to cut the nut, and I think this thing's going to have really low action. Well, it should after all that finessing of the frets. Okay, let's cut this nut. Well, how's that for action? Pretty good. All I gotta do now, cut the nut. All I gotta do now is set the intonation. So let's do that. Okay, E string. Okay, it's flat, so the saddle has to go to the left. Just always remember that this is the needle, and when you tune it open, it should be perfect like that. And when you hit the 12th fret, if it goes flat, then the saddle has to go left too, towards the headstock. If it goes sharp, it goes to the right. Pretty simple. Okay, so we'll slide her down a little bit. To the left just a little bit because it's flat on the 12th. I put the saddles in kind of high when I put it all back together because it's easier to go down. To move them to the left towards the headstock. Oh. All right. It's the last thing I'm doing. Intonation is probably the single most important thing to make your guitar sound good. Oh. Sometimes when the strings are new, if it's got to go down, I'll just stretch them a bit. Gotta go up. No, it's definitely got to go a bit more. Running out of space here. All right, all good. And you know you're in tune when you can do this. When the chords sound good up by the 12th fret, that's how you really know your intonation's good. And the lower chords, I find D. If it's wrong, D tells you right away. Wow, about done. Well, here is what we've got. The nut is cut to 12 thousandths of an inch. The frets are 39 thousandths of an inch tall. The relief at the 9th fret, while you're holding the first and last fret, is about 4 thousandths of an inch. And the action, the action at the 12th fret on the first string is 34 thousandths. Wow. That's good. And on the 6th string, it is, 45 thousandths of an inch. So I really enjoyed working on this guitar, and the buffing just really helped it. It had a lot of scratches on it from the pick scratches, but my buffer just kind of took them all out. Got the frets all looking beautiful. So that is another setup done. I hope you enjoyed this. Maybe you learned something. If you're new to setting up guitars, you learned something. That would be awesome. You could do all that YouTube stuff for me. Do the like and subscribe and all that. That would be awesome. Anyway, that's it for me. Until next time, I will see you then. Take care.